Mario Tennis, a beloved classic for the Nintendo 64 that brought up the revival and introduction of several new characters, one of these being Princess Daisy, a now beloved character of the franchise, a rival to Luigi, Waluigi, existing in the same vein as Wario does to Mario. However, this was all in an attempt to expand the roster of Mario Tennis with more human characters. As such, Waluigi's creator Fumihide Aoki had an idea to further expand the evil rival plans. This one was to also give the beloved Princess Peach her own rival too. To follow the tradition of Wario and Waluigi, the Wa, which was short for Waru, meaning bad in Japanese, was to also be used for Peach in creating Wapeach. Initially, she was being designed on paper as Wario dressed as Peach, something the staff at Nintendo refused to even look at as it would not look quote-unquote cute. And for that time, that was as far as it went. No model, just a name. But then came the next generation and the sequel, Mario Power Tennis, being in the works. This time, the team definitely wanted Wapeach back in, going as far as to even make concept art and even a model for her. So today on Cut Content, we'll look at the recently revealed Wapeach, how she was designed, how she might have functioned, and how she might have impacted the rest of the series going forward. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell too to further support us and keep creating new videos. On December 1st, 2023, Waluigi creator Fumihide Aoki made a surprise post via his Instagram account, whereby he made two posts, one with sketches and the other with full renders of Wapeach. To be more specific, the name of the said character was listed as Wario-Peachy, which would effectively be read as Wario-Peach, or Bad Peach in English. But for the sake of the long-running fan name, Wapeach sticks here. By looking at the images provided first, we have a clear T-pose model of her that was intended to be used in Mario Power Tennis, clearly being made as the Bad Peach from having everything including her iconic blonde hair, multi-jeweled crown, and even the large jewel on her chest. But the twist on all these are that they are warped in a way. Instead of the red jewel being on the front of the crown, it's the blue jewel. Instead of the blue jewel on her chest, it's a red jewel. Instead of having symmetrical hair, it's a side bang, truly made as an absolute opposite. This even extends to her dress, that is both a lot shorter than Peach's and lacks the puffy parts on her shoulders even. Granted, this might actually just be her tennis outfit, as it does look an awful lot like Peach's outfit too, so maybe she was also supposed to have a purple dress somewhere outside of this game. And of course, going with the tradition of the other Waru counterparts, purple was the basis of her clothes too. Top that off with giving her a more punk aesthetic in comparison to Peach's very feminine design. Not sure what to make of these cones on her hair though, but likely had her hair bunned up inside, and either they could move as well as seen in this other concept art to give her more of a devil horn design, or this is just a variation. Her concept art also shows her with the inevitable racket she would be using for Mario Power Tennis. What is more curious, however, is her with a giant axe, something we'll return to in a bit. However, of note is that she is also a fair bit younger than Peach. This may be done as a means to exaggerate the basic traits of the original, with Wario being fatter than what is an already overweight Mario, while Luigi being taller than an already tall Luigi, and here a girl younger than our young princess here. Now, the designs weren't all we got. Aoki actually did elaborate on her role a bit more in the replies too. For one, he had no idea as to why it was scrapped, especially since this would be considered as cute by Nintendo standards too. But the interesting bits come as to her background, in that Aoki was considering her to be a princess from a fallen kingdom, who I guess that trauma of which may have even led her to go bad. Which when Aoki was even told about Odyssey having a fallen kingdom available, he liked the idea. Not saying he had that very idea back then of a fallen kingdom for Odyssey, but if she had stayed, the two very well could have ended up connected hand in hand then. Which of course, in another post, she sees Peach as a rival, a girl who has everything versus one who has lost everything. Unlike Peach, who has a sweet and calm personality, she was to have a fierce temper at that too, which may be why they consider giving her another name, being Purichi, which may be a combination of Puri, which means anger, and Peach. A fitting name. But also seems they were going to borrow the trope of the little girl bossing grown men by having her be like that and bossing both Wario and Waluigi around. I mean, I can see Wario listening to her in hopes of winning a huge lot of coins if her kingdom ever got restored. Speaking of minions, Aoki was even thinking about giving her a pet of sorts, an animal sidekick. This being a Yoshi with horns and wings, which would be a sort of Wayoshi. Now note, we already do have a Wayoshi in this series by the name of Boshi from Super Mario RPG, but that is his name in the West. In Japan, Boshi is called Washi, a combination of Waru and Yoshi. At the time, Aoki didn't even know that Boshi ever existed, so he was going to make his own. Though considering the copyright problems Boshi may pose since Squaresoft did make him back then, Nintendo might have been okay with a second Boshi or Wayoshi existing. However, despite all this information being tossed out by Aoki, he soon after deleted the posts and privated his Instagram. This clearly was information that was never supposed to leak out like this to the public. A strong word from Nintendo may have made him rethink this. Now, Wapeach, if she had stayed, would have effectively become a permanent character in the Mario series, appearing in everything from Mario Kart, Mario Golf, and various other spin-offs. But going back to her concept art, the addition of the axe is interesting. One might assume this was an extreme idea of a tennis racket for her, but I can see Aoki even considering giving her a weapon of choice to use in other games too, such as how Wario uses his fists. In this case, maybe she would be using her axe in games like Super Smash Bros. As either an assist trophy, much like Waluigi, or even as a playable character. And of course, maybe they would have even considered giving her a role in Mario Odyssey when visiting the Fallen Kingdom if they chose to connect her with it. In fact, would the wall line character stop there? Would there have been an inevitable Wazy? Maybe even a WaRosalina? Hard to say, but as of now, the expansion of these characters stopped back in Mario Tennis 64. Would this character ever return though? Hard to say, but Nintendo doesn't seem to shy away from adding additional princesses to the series over the years, and maybe in an eventual new Mario Tennis game, she might finally appear. In fact, a number were cut prior that have been brought back over time, whether it be Kamek, who was cut in Mario 64 only to return in a late DLC update for Mario Kart 8, and even Yoshi, who was cut from the very first Super Mario Bros. Just to return in Super Mario World. But until then, Wapeach stays as a cut relic, with a lot more known about her today, and if any more Mario characters like her get cut, I'll definitely plan to cover them. So hit the subscribe button, for I'll plan to be back with more Mario and other games cut content soon. Hit the like button and comment below on if you liked what you learned about Wapeach. So everyone, thank you for watching!